Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So, welcome to my channel. This is the place where we heal from IBS naturally. Today is the tip day 16th. I was discussing it with few of my friends who are suffering from IBS, and this was regarding a tip which I think is really useful. So, this tip is about working on PDR. What is PDR? PDR is personality defect removal. So, what can be done on PDR? See, we as a human have certain kind of personality defects, each of us. No matter what, how hard we try, we cannot escape them because currently the external situation is changing more rapidly. We are encountering so many surprises and difficult situations, and that makes us emotionally wrecked, and we are not able to control our emotions. We are sometimes in a situation that we found it to be uncontrollable and we lose our temper, we do something and then we regret it later. So PDR helps to overcome at least some of the personality defects and helps a person to minimize the personality defects, and also in he or she can have that goals and which can be tracked through this sheet, and this will help in coming overcoming the personality defects on everyday basis. I got this from a site which is known as SSRF Research Foundation org. This site is basically about the dealing with science and spirituality, connection between them. So they publish awesome material, awesome material, and which is also based on science and which is also based on spirituality. So I think person who do not have belief in spirituality can start on this going through this site, because this site explains scientific ways of teaching the spirituality, and I like their stuff, and this PDR I got it from there. So PDR helps in controlling the emotional state of a person, and what happens is like they they suggest us to make an Excel sheet which is tracked on daily basis, and that Excel sheet will contain a few kind of emotions which we are feeling on day to day basis, like anger, frustration, depression, inferiority complex, superiority complex, arrogance, all these kind of negative emotions. We just write that row by row, and there are around, let me tell you, um, so too much complaining, getting frustrated without reason, forgot something, ignored others, misbehaved, compared compared myself with someone else, acted as like knowing everything, abusing, feeling lustful, overspending, wasting too much of time, sleeping too much. So these kind of activities get tracked in this PDR sheet, and each row will have one number which is given to that sheet, and based on it you can write down how many times you felt anger, maybe 4 or 5 times, then you need to write it down. We need to be honest in filling that sheet. That if you felt depression, how many times you felt depression? If you felt like lustful, then how many times you felt it like that? If you felt uh, uh, negative, then you can write down how many times you felt it. So total score comes, you can evaluate if it is coming as 30 or 40, then I think we need to work on emotion, controlling our emotions, because we need to set some milestones. If it is we the target is to bring the emotional state to 10 in beginning. So if a person is having the count of 30 and 40 per day, then he needs to target to bring it down to 10. And once he's able to, this process works slowly, because this process is tracking your emotions, because once you register your emotions there, it's a strong effect, because you're writing it down. That means you're taking the responsibility that you are tracking your emotions. So that really helps a person to track his emotions. How many times he wanted to control his anger, but he lost it. How many times felt he or she felt the need to speak or shout, but he silently tried to control it. So this tracking helps a person in improving his personality, and this one becomes habit. A person can really improve, and he can have his emotional state much better. This this might take 2 3 months, 4 months, but once you cut down your emotions, which are negative, from 40 to at least 20, then 10, then 4 to 5, then you will see marvelous improvements in your health. This every process which I tell naturally is going to take time. The the problem is that people think that this will work for me in 10 days. No, things which are really, if you take example from nature, nature is something. See, we are sitting in our houses and corona is outside. Can we do anything? And nature is so strong, but its speed is so slow. But definitely there is a speed. So we need to really understand that every spiritual and natural process has a speed, and we need to adapt to that speed, remain patient, keep tracking our progress, and then we will really get amazing results. If you are a person who is really emotionally controlled by using this PDR, you will see amazing results in your IBS symptoms. You will stop feeling those diarrhea and constipation on regular basis. At least this will happen to you. Maybe gas and bolting and flatulence won't go easily. That is much difficult part, but at least your life will become normal to a place where you don't have to feel like you're feeling diarrhea or you're feeling the constipation. So this is a technique which works 100%. This is an Excel sheet which is containing the emotion we feel on every day, and there are rows and there is a point. We give the points to the rows based on our emotional state, how many times we felt it. At the end of the day, we calculate the count, and if the count is coming between 10 to 20, then it is like we are like more emotionally driven. If it is coming more than 40, then that means that we are emotionally unstable person. We need to work on to bring it down to 10 to 20. If a person is having 10 to 20, he needs to work on to bring it down to 4 to 5 or 6. If a person really is able to get 4 to 5 per day emotional state, he has achieved a spiritual success milestone. That is something really great. So that's the tip for today. Take care.